organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on today's live edition of Daily Iowan TV, new travel ban. Find out how the UI is taking action against the latest executive order. And later, find out the UI's plan for the old art building.
We have a closer look into the results from wrestling over the weekend and a recap from another senior day for one Iowa team.
Strong winds and hard rain took over Iowa City last night. Will we see it again in the coming week? Find out in weather coming up.
All that and more coming up. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in to this live edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Becca Scadden. President Trump signed a revised version of the travel ban executive order on Monday. The new order eliminates Iraq from the original 7 countries included in the previous order. The 6 countries included in the new order are Syria, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Immigrants from these 6 countries are prohibited from receiving visas for at least 90 days. The new order also reinstates a 120-day ban of all refugees from entering the U.S. This new executive order will go into effect on March 13th. The University of Iowa International Programs Office sent out an email yesterday to address the new executive order. For those traveling outside the U.S., the UI recommends consulting the immigration office that oversees your immigration status. You can visit the International Student and Scholar Services website to find out more information. To the entire UI community, the email closed with, quote, "Each of you, regardless of your background or country of origin, is welcome in our community. The University of Iowa will continue to support the values that underpin our core mission as a public institution of higher education," end quote. In an interview with UI President Bruce Harold last week, the president discussed the UI's work to help international students affected by the ban. He said the previous executive order affected 86 students and said the UI is doing whatever it can to help.
I wanted to make sure they all understood they're welcome here. We'll do all we can to protect them. And I understand I would be fearful too.
Stick right here with Daily Iowan TV for further coverage. The Supreme Court sent a transgender student's case back down to the lower court on Monday. The case involved high school student Gavin Grimm's right to use the school bathroom that aligned with his gender identity. The Supreme Court's decision means his case will be handed back down to the Court of Appeals. This will be the second time the case is heard by the Court of Appeals, but it remains unclear if the case will make its way back to the Supreme Court. This case is a result of policy changes made by the Trump administration that took away rights to transgender students in public schools. UI psychology professors said international students at the UI are under more stress than US-born counterparts. Daily Iowan Metro reporter Isabella Seno is in the newsroom with more.
According to Scott Leo, staff psychologist at the University Counseling Services, international students have higher stress levels than their domestic counterparts and are less likely to seek help for their mental health concerns. These students may come from more collectively focused cultures, which means that they may be worried that explaining their mental health concerns to others could unnecessarily burden them. In order to help balance these concerns, the university has been offering programs such as group therapy and community outreach programs to help students feel more comfortable discussing their mental health concerns with a professional counselor.
To read Isabella's whole story, pick up today's copy of the Daily Iowan. The old art building on the west side of campus has long-term plans for renovation. Daily Iowan TV reporter Lauren Varell has more.
The University of Iowa's Facilities Management has designed plans for the old art building to become a faculty arts complex with the public and digital arts. George Orner, a campus architect, designed the building based off of an Italian Renaissance architect, Andrea Palladio's Villa Emo, a country villa near Venice. Before the 2008 flood, the building was used for academic and studio art. Since the 2008 flood, when the building was damaged, it has been vacant with the hopes of renovation in the future.
So we've kind of sealed the facility and really just waiting on it becoming a priority in terms of funding. And you know, this day and age right now, funding is a difficult task. So it's in our master plan for it to become, again, that faculty arts complex with the public and digital arts.
The additions from 1968, 1969, and 1975 have been demolished, but the original building remains and will remain because of the deep historical value the building contains. The University of Iowa's facilities management says the start of the renovation could take anywhere from 5 to 10 years.
The start date for this renovation has not yet been set, but is hoped to start very soon. Reporting from the University of Iowa's old art building, this is Lauren Varell, Daily Iowan TV.
Well, Sydney, I know the tornado sirens were going off last night, and there was some pretty severe weather on campus. People seem to be pretty worried about the storms. So do you have any more severe weather coming up this week to warn us about?
Well, if you count snow as severe weather, we could see that this weekend. But otherwise, it looks like we'll have a pretty dry week. Let's head over to the weather studio to find out what we can expect this week. Monday night, there's a hawk alert issued for Johnson County that included a severe thunderstorm warning. Not only did we hear tornado sirens as well, but damaging winds and large hail were seen across the state, in addition to the storms on radar. Strong winds and hard rain passed through Iowa City last night. Dorms were evacuated into safe zones, and many were stranded across campus as they waited for the storm to pass. And we had some nasty weather last night, but we are going to see some sunshine in the next few days. Tuesday morning, we will see that sunshine peek through as temps start off in the upper 30s. As we move into the afternoon, we will see temps hit the low 50s, and in the evening, things will cool down and temps will dip just under 50 degrees. Wednesday morning, we can start off with some sunshine and temps in the upper 30s, and as the day moves on, we can see some clouds cover up that sunshine. As we move into the week, we will see temps decrease little by little each day. For those of you sticking in Iowa City through the weekend, it looks like we could have a 90% chance of snow. While Sunday looks like it'll be mostly cloudy, we could see that snow pop up again on Monday. That's all I have for you. Have a good spring break, Hawkeyes. Becca, back to you.
Thanks, Sydney. Planning on walking on Dubuque Street? Well, you might need to find a temporary detour. Crews are in need of closing the temporary pedestrian path that recently opened between Church Street and Park Road. The reason being is they plan to install a water main. The path will likely be closed for a week and will reopen as soon as possible. Pedestrians will need to follow the marked detour during construction. Community police officers are patrolling the area and will issue tickets to anyone found within the construction zone. According to the state of Iowa's post-secondary readiness report, students in the Iowa City School District are more prepared for college-level coursework than those in other districts across the state and the nation. Daily Iowan Metro reporter Kaylee Reese is in the newsroom with more.
From the most recent data from 2014, the Iowa City School District has high school graduates with a college readiness percentage of 79.9%, higher than the state's percentage of 71.1% and the nation's 61.1%. These results are from the State of Iowa's post-secondary readiness report and show that Iowa City students are ready to handle college-level coursework upon entering a university or community college.
You can find Kaylee's full story in today's copy of the Daily Iowan. And it's been a big week for Hawkeye sports. I know we have a couple seasons that are coming to a close here pretty soon. We have Alex standing by in the sports studio for more. Alec?
Thanks, Becca. It's definitely been a busy couple weeks for the Hawks, as some teams, as you said, are finishing up their seasons and some are just getting started. As for the wrestling team, they competed in the Big Ten Championships this weekend. 2 Hawkeyes earned individual Big Ten champion titles. Reporter Nikki Crosswaith has the recap of the tournament.
Big weekend here in Indiana for the Iowa Hawkeyes as they sent their 10 best guys to compete in the Big Ten Championships. Day 1 was rough for the Iowa Hawkeyes as they were only able to send 4 to the consolation rounds and 4 to the finals. On the backside of the bracket, Iowa's 131 Brandon Sorensen battled back to place 3rd after losing to Ohio State's Mika Jordan in the semifinals Saturday. Alex Meyer went 4-2 at 174 to earn him the 5th place position, while 197 Cash Wilkie went 2-3 to finish in 8th place. Sunday's finals saw 4 Hawkeyes. Gilman defeated Nebraska's Tim Lambert 4-0 by scoring a takedown in the first period and then adding 2 escapes to become the 125 Big Ten champion for the first time in his collegiate career.
Yeah, Big Ten title, is a big deal, but it's just one step along the way. So back to work.
Sammy Brooks successfully defended his 184 title by using a foot sweep to put Miles Martin of Ohio State on his back in the first period to finish off a 6-point move, which led to a 12-2 major decision.
It's a good win. It's another feather in my cap, but I won last year and then didn't perform the way I wanted to at Nationals, so now the focus is going out on top.
Corey Clark and Michael Kemmerer dropped decisions in their final championship matches. Overall, Iowa placed 3rd in the tournament behind Penn State and Ohio State.
We got St. Louis ahead of us, and we're excited about that, and that's really now we're to what we talk about all year, and we got work to do.
Brands will make arguments for Cash Wilkie and Joey Gunther to be at-large selections for the NCAA championships. Iowa's qualifiers will head to St. Louis in 2 weeks in hopes of grabbing an individual title for the first time in 3 years. Reporting in Bloomington, Indiana, this has been Nikki Crossway, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The NCAA championship brackets will be released tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Jimhawks were finally back at home after 3 meets on the road to recognize the team's 5 seniors, and they proved to the Cyclones one last time that this is indeed a Hawkeye state. Liv Corbett was there to tell us more.
The women's gymnastics team defeated Iowa State 196.725 to 195.3 on Saturday afternoon inside Carver Hawk Arena for this year's senior meet. It all started on vault, where senior Molly Drenth tied for the title with a 9.875, and close behind, Zarowski finished in 4th and Sullivan 5th. On the uneven bars, Metcalf took the first place finish, and close behind was Lexi Mura with a personal season high of a 9.825, giving her the 3rd place spot. Although the Hawks started off strong, the Cyclones were able to hold on to a lead, but one that did not last long.
I'm so proud of the team and how they took it to the next level in the back half, because they're tired, they're shot, and this is what it's going to take to be a championship team.
Ending the meet on floor, the Jimhawks gave it everything they had, led by an unforgettable routine by Lainey Schneider, with a career high of a 9.950, tying the 2nd best score in Iowa history. The momentum continued with Claire Kaji taking 2nd and Zarowski tying for 3rd. The seniors came into the meet looking to leave behind a legacy, and that's exactly what they did. There's no way these 5 girls will be forgotten. Reporting for women's gymnastics, this has been Olivia Corbett with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
With this victory, the Hawks lead the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series 18-7. The team is back in action this Saturday at home, where they will face Michigan, Penn State, Rutgers, and Minnesota before the Big Ten championships next week. On Saturday, the men's gymnastics team defeated number 9 Penn State and lost to number 7 Nebraska at the tri-meet in Lincoln. Juniors Dylan Ellsworth and freshman Andrew Ferrador took the event titles in vault and high bar respectively, and Andrew Bottle finished runner-up in the all-around. Saturday marked the women's team's first loss of the season to Maryland, 5-2. The women came back on Sunday, though, to defeat Navy 5-2. The team now sits at 10-1 on the season. One of Iowa's intramural sports also had a big tournament this weekend at the Fieldhouse. Jacob Senstad has more.
On Friday night, the University of Iowa hosted one of their most popular intramural events of the year, water polo, but with one interesting stipulation. The players played on inner tubes.
Due to its one-of-a-kind nature, inner tube water polo has been bringing players back to the Fieldhouse year after year.
It's just kind of a fun Friday night, something else to do. It's a unique event that we don't get to do very often. I haven't heard of inner tube water polo anywhere else before, so it's a really good time.
8 teams showed up to battle in this single elimination tournament, but some teams showed up just to have a good time.
I think it was just the fact that none of us have ever really played water polo. We didn't really know what it was, and we thought that it would just be something to not really take seriously but have a good time doing.
With the inner tube playing such a pivotal role, it doesn't necessarily come down to water polo skills, but how well you can adapt.
I think it's just to, even the playing field, just make it level for everyone else, because there are some people who are really good swimmers, some people who aren't that good of swimmers. We just want to make it, an even keeled sport, something fun for everyone, that you don't have to have any sorts of skill in water polo in order to play and be good at it.
With the popularity of this intramural growing every single year, players of all skill levels, from water polo pros to people who just found out what the ball looks like, have been attending. Reporting from the Fieldhouse, I'm Jacob Senstead, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
With a single elimination style tournament, the teams who lost on Friday will be looking for another shot to win next year. Today, the baseball team will take on Northern Illinois at 3:05 p.m., so make sure to tune in tomorrow for a recap of the game and to see how the basketball team is feeling about their first Big Ten tournament test on Thursday. Becca, back to you.
And that's a wrap on this edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, and pick up a copy of today's Daily Iowan. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Becca Scadden. Thanks for watching.